A female delivery rider had a car accident while crossing the road. Everyone thought she was surely dead. Unexpectedly, with a flash of white light, she traveled through 5,000 years with her electric scooter. She arrived directly at the Jinlin Palace of the Qi Kingdom. At this time, the emperor was throwing a fit of rage because of his loss of appetite. He hadn't eaten anything for 5 days. All the civil and military officials were at a loss. The emperor wanted to banish everyone to the border, so everyone was kneeling and begging for mercy. However, the woman thought she had accidentally entered a movie filming set and didn't take it seriously at all. She took out the takeout and asked the emperor to sign for it. Seeing this, the prime minister thought she was an assassin and immediately ordered the generals to surround the woman. But she says, "I'm a delivery rider, not an extra." Unexpectedly, at this time, the hungry emperor smelled the food. Not only did he not feel disgusted, but his appetite soared. He immediately determined that what the woman was holding was a delicacy. He asked the generals to stop and then came to the woman. And he said, "What's in this box?" Woman said, "This is the beef burger and rice combo you ordered. There's also a fruit salad inside." Although the emperor didn't understand what the woman was saying, he was certain it was food. He took the bag and was about to start eating, but the prime minister believed the woman was a rebel. Prime minister said, "How dare you openly wear a dragon robe and a crown that only the emperor can wear? Are you here to assassinate or to rebel?" As soon as emperor finished speaking, there was chaos in the court. The woman was caught by the generals again. However, the emperor ignored everything and focused on eating. With a bite of the burger, he wondered how there could be such delicious food in the world. The emperor, who had been hungry for 5 days, didn't have time to lament. He ate the burger and fruit salad with great satisfaction. Seeing this, the civil and military officials immediately knelt and congratulated the emperor on his recovery. However, the emperor was only focused on eating and couldn't hear what the people below were saying. After a while, the emperor finished the burger and fruit salad with a satisfied face. But as soon as he lay down to relax, he felt something was wrong. He came to the woman with the lunchbox and said, "This meal is very much to my liking. Although the appearance is not good, it's still a delicacy. Do you have more?" The emperor meant he hadn't had enough and asked if there was any other food, but the woman only wanted to leave quickly. She took the lunchbox and told the emperor to remember to give a 5-star review. Hearing this, the emperor was confused. The woman took out her phone to locate her position, only to find there was no signal at all. She turned to ask a maid, "Hey sister, do you know how to get to Dehua Street?" Maid said, "I beg your pardon, I don't know." Seeing all this, just then the woman suddenly realized something was wrong. Looking at the people in front of her and the scene she saw when she arrived, she finally realized she had traveled through time. This isn't a movie set. This is the Imperial Palace. I've traveled through time. She tried to stay calm and prepare to slip away, but she was caught by the emperor and appoint her as his imperial chef. Hearing this, the woman readily agreed and said she would go do it right away. Turning her head and riding her little electric scooter, she traveled back to modern times in the blink of an eye. It turns out the woman has an ancestral jade pendant. Wearing it allows her to travel between ancient and modern times, but she didn't know it herself. Half a day ago, while delivering food, she accidentally caught her fiancé having an affair with her adopted sister. In a fit of rage, she wanted to confront them on the spot, but didn't expect a car accident while crossing the road. In that life-or-death moment, the jade pendant left by her grandfather was activated, transporting her directly to the Qian dynasty 5,000 years ago. And the founding emperor, Yiyi, had suffered from anorexia since childhood. Every month, there were 29 days when he couldn't eat anything. The civil and military officials were at their wits' end. The emperor issued a decree. If a suitable imperial chef wasn't found within 3 days, everyone would be exiled to the border to join the army. Unexpectedly, the woman's appearance solved the problem that was giving everyone a headache. The emperor no longer suffered from anorexia and sat in his palace waiting for takeout. Returning to modern times, the woman suddenly discovered that the lunchbox used by the emperor had turned into an antique. But woman thinking, "Isn't this just the lunchbox I used for food delivery? How can experts say it's an antique?" Woman thinking, "Oh, could it be that my delivery box is a storage space that can preserve the era-specific attributes of items?" Just as the woman was secretly happy, the man in front of her offered $50,000 on the spot to buy the lunchbox. Woman shocked, "50,000? This is just plastic. It's worth $50,000? Hearing this, the woman didn't hesitate to sell the lunchbox, only because her mother was seriously ill. The daily medical expenses were astronomical. To earn money for imported medicine, the woman worked several jobs a day. However, her adopted sister was not only unfilial, but also secretly sold the family house and ran away with the money. Because of this, the old lady didn't want to be a burden to her daughter and thought about giving up treatment. To make her mother feel at ease, the woman told her she had a way to make big money. Turning around, she bought a lot of food and a microwave, starting her ancient to modern takeout business to make money. Jade pendant, you must bless my time travel success. Let's go. Here I come." With a flash of white light, the woman appeared before the emperor. It had been 3 days since his last meal. The emperor was so hungry, his stomach was sticking to his back and his legs were weak. As soon as he finished speaking, the woman stuffed the prepared food into the emperor's arms. Then she brought out the microwave and began to explain. "Your Majesty, didn't you say before that the food wouldn't taste good once it got cold? So I specifically brought you a microwave. This way, next time you put your food in and give it a ding, it'll be just like it came out of the oven. Just as delicious." However, the Chancellor was always suspicious. He thought this iron lump in front of him wasn't anything good and warned the emperor not to get close. Meanwhile, the woman busied herself, and without anyone knowing where she got the electricity, she put a pre-made meal inside to heat up. The civil and military officials whispered to each other, but before they could reach a conclusion, they heard a ding that startled everyone. Hearing this, the emperor couldn't wait. He picked up his fork and started eating greedily. Just as the woman was getting close to the emperor, Old Man Chancellor became curious about the microwave. He took an egg and put it inside. With a loud bang, the old man was blasted into a charcoal black mess. Soon, the delivery was over. She picked up the broken microwave and prepared to leave. With a flash of white light, the woman returned to modern times. But at the spot where she appeared, appraisers and reporters had been waiting for a long time. The woman opened the box, and the previously broken microwave had turned into an antique. Everyone were bidding high price to buy her microwave. This news was reported and immediately went viral online. It just so happened that the woman's fiancé and foster sister saw it. Knowing she now had $3 million in hand, they wanted to steal the money. They confronted her and forced her to hand it over along the way. Otherwise, they threatened to torment her mother, who was currently in the hospital. But the woman refused to give in. This was life-saving money for her mother. How could she give it to these two ungrateful people? Seeing that threats weren't working, they decided to drive their car straight at her. At the critical moment, her jade pendant was activated, and she traveled through time once again. Meanwhile, the emperor was resting in his study. Suddenly, he heard a woman's scream. He looked up but saw nothing, yet he still prepared himself for her arrival. With a flash of white light, the woman fell precisely into the emperor's arms. Seeing her descend from the sky, the emperor thought she had brought more delicious food, but she said, "Sorry, Your Majesty. I came in a hurry this time and didn't bring anything." Seeing no one else around, the emperor opened up to her. Emperor found out that the girl's name Qiao Yiyi. "You've cured my long-standing ailment. I must thank you. Take whatever you like. Anything is fine." Hearing this, the woman was overjoyed and thinking, "If I take these back, I'll be rich." The emperor thought she would only take a few items, but she pulled out a huge woven bag, determined to empty his entire study. Just as she was about to leave with the treasures, she spotted the Imperial Seal on the desk and said, "This stone is quite pretty too. I'll take it." "Emperor, wait, not that one. That's my family heirloom." At this point, the woman didn't realize the gravity of the situation. She just thought it was an ordinary stone. She told to the emperor, "I'll bring you a stainless steel one next time. It's much better than this." To his surprise, she moved quickly, hugging her bag of treasures and running off without listening to another word. Meanwhile, 3 archaeologists were still studying the microwave. The woman suddenly appeared on her electric scooter. Archaeologists want to know, what good stuff did she bring this time? Just as she turned around, she was startled. The emperor had followed her back to the modern world.